Alright, I just bought these two 1987 Honda 250Xs. Check them out. This one's really beat up. This one actually looks pretty nice. Plastics on it are nice. Alright, so here they are, the pair of 1987 Honda 250Xs. So I picked this one up first with the 300EX that came as kind of like a package deal. I think this one was up for like 500 bucks. It did not have the head, so it was missing the head and the cam cover and the pipe and the carburetor. This one I bought for $750. Plastics are really nice on it, like I said before. I robbed the seat off of it for the 300EX. That's why it doesn't have the seat. And I robbed the head for the 300EX as well. So we got a new head in the mail, actually. So I think that's right here. There's the new head in there. Needs valves, but we got valves for it. So. And then here's the piston for that one over here. This one looks good, the cylinder and piston, and this one look really good. But we'll still tear it apart and see if they're within spec. And then here's the cylinder for that one. So kind of confusing, but this one had a couple scratches on it, you can see. So I bought a new hone. We're gonna try to hone that out and see if we can get that smooth. But the goal for today is to make one nice one out of the pair. So I'm probably going to use the bottom end of this one, because the reverse works on that one. I don't think the reverse works on this one. That's at least what the guy said. So we're going to take the bottom end from this one, swap it over to this frame, because this frame looks better to me. I think. It's just dirty. And the plastics look better on this one as well. The seat on that one is a lot better. We just need a new seat cover. And then the tires on this one are a lot better than this one. I'm trying to think of what else. I think, yeah, this one looks like it's all good. No A-arms are bent or anything. The frame looks like it was painted black up there. This one's got a nice silencer on it too. And then it does come with the pipe. I believe brakes work on this one. Yep, back brake works. Front brake does not work. Just squishy. But it's got all the levers. Looks like we need some new grips. Front brakes work on this one. Let's see, what does this one have in the back end of it? It's got the air box back here. That's nice. So we'll kind of have to take all the good parts off of this one and kind of swap it over to that one. And we're going to use the cylinder and piston on this one because that one is a little bit better than the one up there. So lots of work to do. And then this carburetor looks like it might be an aftermarket carburetor, which is fine. Gas tank's pretty nice yet. Headlight's nice. Got the headlight. This one might be better though. This bracket doesn't have a neutral light though on it, which is kind of weird. So we'll do some swapping today and we'll see if we can get one nice running quad by the end of the video and hopefully take it for a ride. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is get the bottom end from this one over to this one. I want to quick check and see if the reverse works. So in order for this reverse to work, you got to push this lever down and pull that, and that pulls the lever down there. I think it does. Where is it? Yeah, you can see it right there pulling. that lever, that's reverse. And then you come right here, and this should click into place. Kind of does, but kind of doesn't. You can see it kind of doesn't really click into place here. Does the same thing without the lever pulled in. So I think he was right. I don't think reverse is working on this one. It's probably something stupid that's not working, but to save time, so we don't have to fix that, we're gonna come over to this one and use the bottom end on this one. Let's see if this one works. Push that lever down. Oh. There we go. Let's see if that clicks into place here. Yeah, that one actually clicked into place there. It doesn't do it without the cable, so I'm guessing that bottom end is fine. Also want to check the rod, make sure that's not loose. Check the rod bearings in here. Let's see. Feels good. And then we'll check and see if it goes into gear. First gear's working. Second gear. Feels pretty good to me. Alright, so I think that's the better bottom end. So, let's get to swapping. We are going to take the top end off of this one first. Check that out. Hopefully the piston and the cylinder are fine. It looks like a high compression piston in there. So I bet you this thing just ripped when it did work here. Alright, getting the cylinder and piston off of the one quad here. Okay. Alright. Ooh. It's actually scratched up. Piston looks a little rough. How's the rod doing? Rod feels good though, so that bottom end is still fine. But yeah, piston's a little cooked. So we probably can't use that piston. And the cylinder, a little scratched up as well, but I think they'll hone out. You can see it's a little bit rough in there. Not horrible, but yeah, definitely got cooked in there. Alright, engine coming out of the first one. I think we've got all the mounts off and everything, so should come out of here, hopefully. There we go. Alright, that one's out. Let's get this one out and then swap it back into that one. Alright, now that I'm looking at this frame, I've almost got this engine out, of course. This frame is very straight. And check this one out. This one's a little bent. You can see it's kind of bent that way. So I don't like that too much. So we might actually just keep that engine in that frame and swap everything over. Of course, after I took all the engines out already. But yeah, the front brakes work on this one. The rear brakes don't, but we can get that set up, I think. I don't know what the best option is here. I'm not too sure. This one looks cleaner. Frame at least does. Well, I don't know. I don't know which one I like better. Since this one's kind of bent, let's use that frame over there. We'll keep the engine in that frame and then swap everything else over. I think that'll make things easier. Alright, we got everything swapped over on this thing. We got the airbox lid with the manifold to the carburetor. We got the light back on here. We got the nerve bars off. We still have to get those off and swap those over here. We got the brake on. The back brake does work now. And then we cleaned off the gasket area right here. So we're all prepped for that. Everything is good to go. Let's start by honing out the cylinder and see if we can get these scratches out. Then we'll probably use this piston in here. So that should work pretty well, I would think. All right, time to hone out the cylinder. This is the one we just took off. You can see it's slightly scratched. So let's see if we can oil this up and hone her out. A little oil going in here. It shouldn't take much. See where we're at with that. The scratch is deeper than I thought here. You can see the imperfections now. But we'll do a couple more passes and we should be able to get rid of all that, I'm thinking. Alright, so cylinder is done. Got all the gasket material off. It's all honed out perfectly in there. Everything looks good. Alright, let's check the ring gap here quick. With this piston, I'm guessing it's not going to be perfect, but it'll be good enough. I just want to get this thing running. So, there's the piston we're working with. That doesn't look like a high compression piston. This one definitely is though. Alright, we're going to take off the first ring on the piston. Oh, it's already off. Right here. Stick that in there. It's a little bigger than I would like, but it's not horrible. It's right there. So that'll have to do because I'm not ordering up new rings and a new piston. So there's the first ring gap, not bad. And the second ring. About the same gap on that one. So they're a little bit bigger than I'd like, but at least they're not too small, I guess. Alright, let's install that piston. Gasket maker on the surface here. Alright, you can see the in right there. That goes towards the intake side. Alright, get the pin in there, and then we'll get the cylinder on next. Alright, time to get on the cylinder. Alright, next we've got the head gasket, and then the cam chain guide here. Alright, piston and cylinder are on. I spun over the engine and it's nice and smooth in there, so let's start working on the head. We've got the head over here. This is the one we're going to use. That's what that looks like. I'm going to take out all the valves, clean them up, lap them. But yeah. Doesn't look too bad. Just a little cleaning. Should be good. Alright, let's see what these look like. I just bought this head, so hopefully the valves aren't too bent. And the seats are fine. That's the main thing. We will see. That's pretty stuck in there. That's not good. That one might be bent. There's that one. We'll continue with this, do all of them, and we'll see if any are bent here. That one's stuck in there too. Might just be sticky. Yeah. A little bit of water damage, it looks like. Alright, we've got brand new intake valves here. Check these out. So we'll use those, and then we'll use the exhaust valves that were in it, because they're fine. None of them are bent, just a little sticky. I use two brand new intake valves. We'll just lap those in. Just see if they go in there. Perfect. Alright, we can lap those in next. So we'll start with this one right here, this intake valve. Put a little bit of the valve grind compound around it. Get our brand new valve, stick that guy in. You can see the white outer ridge. That's lapped in. Let's check out the seat here. See what that looks like. Yeah, that looks good. All even. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to do the other ones, and then we'll come back when they're all done. Alright, we got the valves all lapped in, ready to go. We are going to reinstall them, and then we got to get new valve seals on too. So I guess we can get the valve seals on first. Get those ready. Valve seals are going to go right here. They should just push right on. Here they are, the new ones. I'm just going to put a dab of oil on each one. Just kind of push them on here. Alright, those are good. Put a little dab of oil. Alright, head is ready to be installed. Alright, torque spec for the head. The Allens, which are supposed to be right here, 29 foot-pounds, and then the hex heads, 29 foot-pounds. Alright, those are good. Alright, so we've got timing set to the T down here. You're not going to be able to see it through that tiny hole, but it's set to T. And then there's two lines in the back of here that line up with the surface of the head. You can see it right there. T is right there. It just doesn't stay there. You can see that line right there and that line right there, parallel with the surface of the head. And then the line right there, or yeah, the line right there, that's straight up and down. So timing is spot on. Let's work on that valve cover next. All right, so time to replace the rockers in the cam cover. You can see these are just chewed up really, really bad. So we got some brand new ones here. So those should work, I would think. We'll do one at a time. We'll take this one out first, replace it, and that way we won't mess them up. So let's take this one out first. This pin has to come out, and then you can just twist it out right there. Alright, we got a hold of it. See if we can wiggle this out of here. Does not want to come. There we go. We'll have to kind of clean that up a little bit. But that one's out. Now we can get a screwdriver in there. This thing should just pop right out of here. Let's see. Sometimes you have to kind of feed something through there to get it out. There we go. You can see it coming out now. And just, there we go. That one's out. Oil this bad boy up. And this should where that hole is. Kind of be able to tell. Shove that in there. And we'll do the other one. Valve cover going on. Alright, just set the intake valves to 0.004 inches and the exhaust to 0.005. And let's just see it kick over here. Sounds pretty good. Pretty smooth. so that's good. Let's get the carburetor cleaned out and then install that next. All right, let's take a look in the carburetor. See what this looks like. The kid that had this quad before said it was sitting for a while. So that's why I'm cleaning it out. Take a look here. Oh, that needs to come off too. Those are always tough to get off. Looks clean in there. Looks pretty clean. We're just gonna go through this and clean it up quick. It doesn't look too bad. Alright, pilot is a 38. Main is a 120. You can see right there. And pilot was... it's pretty clear. Alright, well, we've got gas going to it. We've got everything on it that needs to be on it. We've got ignition on it. I checked for spark. We've got spark, so I guess without further ado, let's see if she fires up here. Alright, well, she started right up. No problem. Sounds like she's running a bit lean though. So we might have to up the main and possibly the pilot. Yeah, sounds good. Alright, we're going to change the jetting in the carburetor from, we were running a 120 main. Right here, we're going to change that to a 135 main. And then the pilot is a 38. I want to change it to a 40, but I don't have a 40. So what we're going to do is just do one more spin out on the fuel screw. I'll kind of make up for it until I can get the 40. But let's get this one installed here. Then we'll get that installed. That should make a big difference. And we're changing the jetting because we got an aftermarket silencer on the quad. Alright, the throttle cable was stuck in the carburetor weird. So we got some slack now. Let's see if it idles better. Alright, plastics are all on. We have to get a seat cover for it yet. And I gotta get the headlight working yet. And then do an oil change. But that's all coming next video. Next video we're going to take the first ride also. And we're going to be racing the 300EX over here. And we'll see which one's faster. But yeah, both quads looking pretty good. This will look really good once it's got the seat cover on. And once it's pressure washed. But it runs really good right now. Idles perfectly. Seems like it has power. We'll see if it goes into gear here. And we'll have to see if reverse works as well. But a couple more things to do. Also have to swap out the tires with the ones from that one. So it's coming along. Anyway guys, we got one quad out of the two that we had here. And it seems to be running pretty good. Stay tuned for next video guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Until next time, we are out.